Hello, Recruit, and welcome to Astroneer Academy 203, Jet-Powered Transportation. In our two most recent courses, you learned all about space travel and how to obtain and utilize advanced resources. That knowledge is going to come in handy today as we explore different jet-powered modes of transportation. Next week, in an Astroneer Academy Extra, we will discuss 2 additional jet-powered vehicles and the 12 missions that you must complete to unlock them. While it may seem odd to be covering a form of transportation following advanced resources, those advanced resources are required to create these items. Further, the missions required to unlock the 2 vehicles we will discuss next week were most likely not available for you to complete until after completing the missions from our previous 2 courses. We begin today with the solid fuel jump jet. The jump jet is a personal mobility device that can allow you to jump higher and farther, soften your landing, and even fly for brief periods. It is unlocked in the research catalog for 5,000 bytes and is crafted on the backpack printer from 1 aluminum alloy. It can only be equipped in a widget slot of your backpack, though you can store it in any small tier 1 or larger slot. Sadly, despite having 2 small tier 1 auxiliary slots and our repeated requests for such functionality, jump jets cannot be used on a buggy. Maybe one day, little guy. The jump jet will activate automatically when you jump and hold down the control that initiated the jump. You can also activate a jump jet via the control for your backpack widget slots. You can head back to Astroneer Academy 101 for a quick refresher on using these widget slots, or you can check out the Astroneer Basics section of the Astropedia. When activated, the ring on the jump jet begins to fill. Once the ring fills completely, the jump jet will stop providing a boost. The pitch of the jump jet changes as you near the limit of a single boost, providing an additional audible cue. It's a good idea to pay attention to these indicators so you don't find yourself suffering fall damage unexpectedly. Once you touch the ground, the ring will reset and you can once again use your jump jet. That brings us to a pro tip from Alpha Code 0. Instead of using a single jump jet and risking fall damage, use 2, but activate them separately. Your backpack widget slots can be activated individually, meaning you can use a full boost from one jump, then use the other one to help slow you down as you near the ground, enabling a safe landing. While you will still need to touch the ground before either jump jet is ready to use again, utilizing them in this fashion can enable semi-continuous flight. Next to the indicator ring are 3 magenta bars indicating the number of uses remaining in your jump jet. When new, a jump jet can provide 50 full boosts. Once all 50 boosts have been used, the jump jet will be destroyed. The top bar will turn off when you have 30 boosts remaining, while the middle bar will turn off when there are 15 full boosts remaining. The bottom bar will turn off and the light in the center of the boost indicator ring will begin flashing when there are only 3 full boosts remaining. If you have a single jump jet equipped, you can typically boost high enough to reach the top of a tall platform. With 2 jump jets equipped, you can easily reach the top of a large shuttle. It bears repeating, however, that you should exercise caution when using a jump jet. If you run out of boost while in the air, you can suffer significant fall damage. If you do not wish to spend the bytes required to unlock the solid fuel jump jet, there is still a very good chance that you can use them. Jump jets are often found located in larger debris across all planets. In fact, I cannot remember the last time I actually unlocked and created the jump jet. I typically find so many in my adventures that I often just set them aside in favor of retrieving other items found in the debris. In later courses, we'll explore a small number of missions that provide solid fuel jump jets as rewards. There is also a strong chance that you will receive jump jets as rewards during limited time events. And you can also obtain 2 jump jets for 1 astronium via the trade platform. There is another jet-powered personal mobility device that can only be utilized from your backpack widget slots, the Hydrazine Jet Pack. This is also the single most expensive item you can unlock in the research catalog, requiring an eye-watering 15,000 bytes to unlock. It is worth pointing out that there is a mission that will reward you with the schematic unlock for the Hydrazine Jet Pack, though it requires completing dozens of other missions beforehand. We will not be discussing this mission until Astroneer Academy 302. While the jetpacks are expensive to unlock, you may wish to spend the bytes long before you reach that mission. You can craft the jetpack from 1 titanium alloy on your backpack printer. There's also a chance you'll receive jetpacks as rewards for limited time events. Similar to the jump jet, the jetpack will automatically activate if you jump and hold down the control that initiated the jump. It can also be activated by utilizing the controls for the backpack widget slots. Also, like the jump jet, equipping the second jetpack will increase the available boost, allowing you to reach higher speeds. It too can be used to jump higher and farther and soften your landing. Unlike the jump jet, however, the jetpack provides sustained periods of flight. That is, of course, if you provide hydrazine for fuel. Without hydrazine, your hydrazine jetpack is fairly useless. The jetpack contains a small Tier 1 storage slot to attach a small hydrazine canister. You can manually insert the hydrazine canister into the jetpack storage slot, or you can store the hydrazine canister on your backpack and then just do a small jump, at which time the hydrazine canister will automatically slot itself into the jetpack storage slot. This method is a lot easier, though if you prefer manually attaching the hydrazine canister yourself, you may find it simpler to do so before you attach the jetpack to your backpack widget slot. As you fly about, your jetpack will consume the hydrazine in the attached canister. You can fly for around 2 minutes 15 seconds with a single jetpack and 1 full canister of hydrazine. The low fuel warning light will start flashing when you have roughly 10 seconds of fuel remaining. Your flight time with 2 fully fueled jetpacks is the same, but you'll be able to fly farther in that time since you will travel at greater speeds. You can achieve even higher speeds by first boarding the hoverboard, then activating the jetpack. We will discuss the hoverboard further in next week's Astroneer Academy Extra. When your hydrazine begins to run low, the status light on the jetpack will begin to flash as a warning that you're at risk of plummeting to the ground and encountering an unexpected reprint at the nearest shelter or shuttle. You can avoid this untimely reprint by carrying additional canisters of hydrazine in your backpack. As one canister is fully consumed, another hydrazine canister in your backpack will automatically replace it. If you're not carrying any additional hydrazine canisters in your backpack, you will notice the pitch of the jetpack thruster will drop when the status light begins to blink. One thing to know about the hydrazine canisters and the jetpack. Once a hydrazine canister is slotted into the jetpack storage slot, it cannot be removed. So, unlike the hydrazine thruster from shuttles, you cannot retrieve a hydrazine canister once it is attached to the jetpack. You must completely exhaust one hydrazine canister in the jetpack before a new one can be stored there. The jetpack can come in handy when scouting for resources or generally exploring a planet. There are some things to keep in mind, however. Aside from burning through hydrazine at a fairly rapid rate, neither the jetpack nor the jump jet provides oxygen. A jetpack will allow you to quickly climb high enough to exceed the reach of your tethers, so you will want to ensure you have oxygen filters, additional oxygen tanks, or a portable oxygenator and a power source on hand. There is also a maximum height you could reach with a jetpack, so that will crush any hopes you had of jetpacking off the planet into the far reaches of space. Finally, you need to remember that hydrazine can explode if it is within the blast radius of another explosion. Use caution around hazardous plants that launch explosive projectiles and other sources of explosions in general. If the hydrazine goes boom, it will most likely destroy your jetpack, but it will most definitely destroy you, sending you back to the nearest shelter or shuttle for a reprint. Another interesting fact for the jetpack that may not seem readily apparent. You are able to hold any object in your hands that you can hold while walking or standing. This means you can easily transport nearly all items across long distances with ease. You can even pick up and hold on to extra large items and move it using the jetpack, something your own 2 feet can't do. I am sure some of you are thinking back to the Astroneer Academy 106 Extra section in which we discussed the winch. Yes, recruit, you can attach the winch's hook to an object, then carry the winch in your hands as you fly with a jetpack. Be certain that you maintain smooth movement, however, or you may find the object attached to the winch's hook can suddenly detach and fly off, never to be seen again. Today, you have learned all of the details of the solid fuel jump jet and Hydrazine Jet Pack and how you can integrate them into your adventures. Next week, we will investigate how to obtain 2 additional jet-powered modes of transportation through a specialized mission chain and also discuss how to safely operate each of those vehicles. Until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to keep looking to the stars.